So if I've gone live, say hello. Howie Silver, say hello.
Hello, this is me.
This is my lovely husband.
This is the husband that steps in when there's technical issues. It seems to be working.
I think we're live. Thank you, honey. That's really good. Hi, people. For those of you who've just joined me, my name's Jan Silver, and I've been video logging my journey to and beyond a gastric bypass, which I had... that's my cat again, which I had 5 weeks and 2 days ago, I think, at the Berkshire Independent with Dr. Ramus. Now, I was going to quickly go over my stats so that people who have just joined and haven't gone back to the beginning of my story /journey, whatever you want to call it, my journey to Thindom, that's what I've been doing. So I will quickly tell you my stats. I'll start with stones and pounds because that's what we do it. I think that's what we deal with in the UK, right? Pounds and stones and stuff. Let me just get that away so I can see the live chat in case anybody says hello. Hello, Heather. Hello, Lisa. How are we both? Thank you for joining me on my little impromptu Friday night live. Right, so my settings. Let me just change this to stones and kilos. And at my highest, around December 2016, I was 18 stone 12. I think when I went in, I can't remember what I was of surgery now. I do have it written down. But basically, since then, I did lose a stone on the liver reduction diet. And so that would have brought me down, there you go, to 17 stone 12 pounds. And I'm now 16 stone 3 pounds. So I feel really chuffed. I'll do it in kilos anyway, because that's what I'd been working with. So at my highest in December, I was 120 kgs. I'm now 103.1 kg. Desperately trying to get under that 100. It will be a big party the day that happens. I know that. And in pounds, I know Americans actually deal with pounds all the time, I believe. I was 264 pounds at my heaviest. I'm now 227 pounds. So yeah, I'm doing really well actually. I'm doing, I had the wobble yesterday with my food while I was out with my friend Lisa, who's online. And weirdly, Lil, it happened again at home. I don't know whether I texted you it last night or not. I had my fish and peas, which went down really well, and that was good, and I felt like I needed it. And then later in the evening, I thought I'd have a snack, and I had a cracker of... I've got something on the screen. Let me just pick it off. I had a cracker, which are poppy seed crackers, and I thought I'd put a little bit of garlic cheese on there, and exactly the same as what happened at lunchtime. And I can't tell you why that happened or what it was. Was it the garlic cheese? Was it the mayonnaise in my tuna in the day before? Was it the carbohydrate? I haven't got a clue. Hello, Mandy Gibbs. How are you, lovely lady? Have you had your final appointment by now? You must tell me. So I can't tell you exactly what it was. All I do know is my body is changing every day, even in what it can tolerate and what I can eat and what I like and what I dislike. So I also last night, after finishing my YouTube video, I talked about wine. I'm going to go and have a glass of wine. Straight down the sink. It tasted disgusting. Everything yesterday was just like my body was rejecting it all. Anything bad, you know, carbohydrates, cheese, wine, anything, my body. And again, I keep repeating myself, but I'm not ever going to grumble about that because it's not a bad thing, right? And so that went down the sink. But you see, the change today is I'm going to have a little glass of wine. I've just been out for dinner. So I'll tell you what I've eaten today. So this morning I had porridge, and I have oats in my porridge. I basically have 1 tablespoon of oats, plain oats. I have 1 tablespoon of oat bran, which is completely different. And then I have a tablespoon, I was told a teaspoon, but I quite like it. So I'm having a tablespoon of the linseed, which is mixed. If you get it from the Aldi, I should have got it here and shown you. I'll do that tomorrow. But if you get it from Aldi, it's mixed with goji berries and nuts, and it really makes that small amount of porridge delicious, to be honest. So I had that for my breakfast. And then I had... for lunch, Oh God, where were we? Ah, I didn't. I made myself a smoothie. We were driving up to Birmingham, so we've been to see our new baby. Which I feel happy and excited about our motorhome, but really frustrated that I couldn't drive it home today. You know, like I keep telling you, I'm such an impatient person. I want everything yesterday and 100 miles an hour. So actually going to see it was almost a bit of a tease because we know it's ours and we just can't drive it away yet. It's around 2 weeks before the UK registration is done. Let me just read this from Mandy. All done, all good. Lovely chat with nice lady. She said you're really prepared yourself. She said you're really prepared and self-aware at the moment. Well done, Mandy. That's brilliant. You know, because at the end of the day, I think that's all we can be. You know, this surgery isn't about anybody else. It's purely about yourself. And you've got to be the one that's got to be prepared because, you know, you've got to be the one that's got to support yourself first and then hopefully have the support of your friends and family around you. So you need to arm them with enough information to support you in the way that you need them to, but you need to be prepared first. So well done. That's great. I think, was it your psychologist today, Mandy? I think. And did she touch on any nerves like she did with me? I wonder. You know, that was a weird one for me, like I've said before. So there was another girl on here, I think Liz, who's been chatting to me on YouTube through comments, and she said that she's starting her own blogging. Now, I wondered if that's actually blogging as in typing a blog on a blog site, or are you actually vlogging, Liz? Are you going to do video logs like this so that we've got someone else to watch? Because that would be good. I'd be interested to obviously follow you as well. And see what comes out of that, which would be great because it's always good to be able to follow everybody else's path. And then there was another really lovely lady on Instagram who has just started following me on there, saying that she's been following my YouTube for a few weeks now. She's preparing for a gastric bypass as well, I believe. And she's having that done at the Royal Berkshire Hospital, so very near to us. So, Mandy, I'm trying to get her in on our local meetup. So, you know, I'm trying to you're from the Berkshire area. Maybe you could meet with us, which would be lovely. You know, we could have more of us to sit down and chinwag about our surgeries, if you like. Lisa can always come along. She knows more than she needed to about my surgery and about my poo habits, didn't you, Lil? So, yes, it was the psychologist, but no, she didn't rattle me. I'm quite happy with everything in the past and going forward. That is what I like to hear, Mandy. Well done, you. So did you get a date, Mandy? That's what I want to know. Did you get an absolute date? Do you know what's weird today? We've just got home from Birmingham, and there's a letter there from the Berkshire Independent, and and I can see that, Lisa. I know you know more than you care to know, but that's you don't get a choice, you see, being my friend. That's just the way it goes. So this letter came through to the Berkshire Independent, and as I've told you, and I'll tell everybody, it doesn't bother me, we went private, and my surgery cost us £10,750 in total. Now, we got finance for 10,000 of that. We're going to pay that off over the next 10 months. But 750 of it, weirdly, didn't go on the finance. So let's say the finance sorted out the 10 grand. And on the day of my surgery, when we rocked up with my little suitcase and everything, Howie had to pay that. Andrew actually, I think, got hold of me a couple of days before surgery to say, how will you pay the final payment? So I said, well, my husband will deal with that. I don't need to be bothered with that, especially on not the day of surgery. And he said, well, that's why I'm asking. So anyway, Howie paid the £750, final, total, bang. We got the receipt and it says paid, thank you very much. And then today, bloody cheeky things have given us another bill for £525. So it does make me wonder, because we're obviously not going to pay it, we've paid above and beyond what you've been quoted. So obviously I'm a little bit narked about that and wasn't going to do anything. But if they're going to give me this bill, I think it's an administration mistake because it doesn't really make any sense. But I am going to question Andrew Capel and say, come on, you were there. You took the payment from Howard. Why the hell, if you're the financial person of the Berkshire Independent, why the hell are you sending me now a bill for 525? And I do remember we had, I had shoulder surgery. We've got private medical insurance anyway. And due to that, I needed shoulder surgery. I had what did I have? a rotator cuff injury, which was really, really painful, and I couldn't lift my arm up and I couldn't sleep very well. So I had to have some calcium taken out. So we did that through the Berkshire Independent. And funnily enough, I think months after the operation, they came to us with, yeah, he is a knob. They came to us with a bill which actually shouldn't have come to us because we were private anyway. So our insurance paid it all, yet they still sent us a bill. So I think somewhere along the line, as good as the Berkshire Independent are, I think their administration team could do with a little shake up, or just to kind of get their house in order. Really, it's a little bit bizarre, to say the least. It's a Friday evening, and guys, have I told you about my motorhome? Oh my God, she's beautiful. When we ordered her, which seems like a million years ago now, we saw one motorhome. Well, in fact, I'll tell you the story. I always wanted one. My husband, I'll be really honest, he's a bit of a snob, right? He likes first class flying, 5-star hotels. I don't know why I'm whispering. I'll show this to him later anyway. And computer or admin error. Yeah, true, Mandy. Probably admin error. And anyway, I never thought in a million years that I'd get my husband into a camper van. We did actually go to New Zealand when we ended our Asia life, and we decided to camper van around New Zealand for 2 weeks. And in that time, when you imagine this beautiful country with sun and blue skies, we went in the height of their summer, it absolutely pissed it down. It was freezing cold, and to get my husband into that motorhome, and suddenly he's freezing and shivering, and we've got to use, public shower blocks and toilets, and it was just like, oh shit, what have I done? I've blown it now, because hiring it, and Howard was literally on the computer trying to book flights back to Australia to his parents because he couldn't stand anything about it. He was like, this is shit, Jan. We've paid £5,000 to get here. And I was like, but we can't help the weather. We can't. But of course we had to go and buy coats and, waterproof stuff. And we were trying to walk up to what should have been the most beautiful glacier. And it was freezing. I think I trod in an icy water and I was like, oh my God. Anyway, so New Zealand for us was not a good experience, and I thought I'd blown it. But my really good friend Ange, who also watches this from time to time, hello Ange, she has a little camper van. So when she got one, I persuaded Howie to hire one, to say, I know why you didn't like it in New Zealand, but let's have a look at hiring one, have a little holiday, see how we go. And he came up with the idea that, Jan, if it was luxurious and it had its own shower and toilet, and I didn't have to go into the public toilets and, shower and get freezing cold walking backwards and forwards, then perhaps I would consider it. Anyway, we had this, I think we hired it for about 5 days, but we loved it. We did love it. We loved living in it. We loved the whole camping feel, and we went to Cheddar Gorge for 1 or 2 nights, and then we met with Ange at Wellington Country Park, which was really good fun. When there's more than one of you as well, it was brilliant fun. A campfire outside at night, having a barbecue, just outdoor living, which we don't get to do very much in this country. It was really quite special. So I changed his mind, and he decided that, okay, maybe we could have a camper van if it had this kind of spec, So you go to the motorhome shows and you're looking at all of these, but actually we ended up buying the one that not the exact one, we ended up buying the same type that we'd hired, which is an Adria. But little did we know then, we thought we'd be able to go somewhere, put a deposit down and get everything yesterday 100 miles an hour. 10 bloody months I have had to wait for this, and he's had to wait with me nagging at his ear, and then he's been nagging to the person who we gave the deposit to, and it's been a long 10 months that is nearly over. We've nearly got her home, but she's slightly different. Like I said, the flooring is different to what we imagined, but nicer. There's a few bits in it, because it's brand new, that have been added that we're really, really pleased with. And I just can't wait. I just can't wait to start off on our adventure, really. We're super excited. Harry's only got a few years before he retires. And it was always going to be something that we did when he retired. But there's no time like the present, right? Who knows what's around the corner, and horrible things happen to good people. So why not grab the bull by the horns at this point now? And that's basically what we're doing and why we're doing it. So, and I've probably said before, we've travelled a lot of Asia, but we haven't actually seen a lot of this, our own country. So I intend to do the whole of England, coast to coast. It'll be the odd weekend here, the odd weekend there. I'm really hoping I can take my cat, because she's a house cat, it could work. I've got doubts about it, and obviously, you know, she's my absolute world. And what would I do if we were out for the day on our bikes or something and the motorhome got stolen or she got stolen? So I've obviously got these doubts in my head about taking her away, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear. I think when we've got the motorhome here and it's on our driveway, I'll be able to suss out what she's like in it with me. I'll probably sit out there and read my books or something. I'll probably do my vlogging from the motorhome. Who knows? In fact, Howard just said tonight that I should do a YouTube channel purely for our trips with the motorhome, because we follow quite a few groups to do with motorhomes, and it would be quite good to sort of tell people, I don't know, I guess how far we've driven, how much it costs us, what campsites we're going to stay on, if we're going to wild camp, which sounds a bit scary, pull up somewhere in a wood and wild camp. And then I've heard a lot of stories where people wake up and it's a dogging site. And I think me and Lisa know all about dogging now. Was it me and Lisa talking about it with Jamie? I can't remember. But anyway, you can leave that to your own imagination, what dogging's all about. I'm pretty sure it's where people have sex in a car park and other people are watching. Can you imagine? You're in your motorhome, having a little barbecue, you can go out in the morning and go, oh, shit. And this has happened. And then lots of people have ended up with all these people having sex around them. It's like, oh, my God. I don't think I'd like that. So... But that's super exciting news. Something else, so I was telling you briefly about a girl who's following me on Instagram and has been following me on here. I should find out her name and give her a little shout out. She said, from what she can see of me, it looks like I'm doing good. I totally realised that to you guys, I'm head and shoulders. So I'm going to stand up in a minute and show you my wobbly bits. Oh, aren't you lucky? You're just all so lucky. I might show you my scars if you're really lucky. It's Friday, why not? Okay, let me find my messages. I find that really hard on Instagram, actually, that you've got this message site now, and I don't know why. It's not obvious where the messages have gone. Let me see. No. Because it's a personal message, right? You know, you get all of these notifications. It's not those, is it? Anyway, I'm sorry I can't remember your name, whoever you were, and you said, I can only see your head and shoulders, but you look like you're doing really well. So here goes. I'm going to show you after another sip. And you can see how big my ice cube is. So it's only a little glass of wine, but tonight it tastes good. How funny that last night I couldn't actually taste it at all. Here you go, peeps. Obviously, these tops were slightly tight on me a little while ago. Maybe I should turn the light on. Hang on. Maybe I should turn the lights on. Okay, excuse the big fat boobs as well. So obviously, big fat ass. My stomach's still really, really big. And my top stomach. So now I'm going to show you my scars. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you can see, I still probably resemble about... 8 months pregnant now, probably. I mean, I have a couple of jackets now also that I was really pleased today to put on my raincoat. And when I bought it from Marks and Spencer's, it never actually did up. And I thought, I'll just wear it open. And today I was like, I can actually get it done up. So there's tiny little non-scale victories. So I apologise to anyone who really didn't want to see a full body shot. Just think yourself lucky I'm not in my knickers and bra yet. I talked about that the other day, and actually I never did get in my knickers and bra. I went in leggings and a top, but to me that felt naked. They were the pictures I posted on Instagram, but I was talking about it as if I'd gone into my underwear and I hadn't. That was as good as it's going to get with underwear at the moment. Who knows? And what I have noticed, to be really honest as well, is that it's difficult on this thingy, I am getting a bit of skin sag here, which you can't see because this is actually too tight at the moment. But I am getting some skin sag there, and I'm hoping that it's not bad enough that I can't do anything about it. My brother, Tom, my little prawn-faced brother, is actually a fitness instructor, and half of his kit is in my garage. So we talked about it the other day, actually, that he will, we're going to dig it out, and he's going to show me what I need to do to, you know, strengthen up certain parts of my body at certain times. So yes, guys, I've had a really good day. I had a good walk this morning, actually. I did a different walk. I'm getting a little bit braver since my friend showed me a couple of actual country paths. And I figured I went up the canal towards Newbury today and then cut through an industrial estate up and over the country. And I did my 10,000 steps just when I got home. And I've only covered 11,000 something today, but I'm still pleased with that. I'm only meant to hit my 10,000, so I'm still really chuffed with that. Lisa, how many have you done? Come on, Lil. And Mandy, have you got a Fitbit? Have you got a Fitbit? I wonder, have you all got a Fitbit? And what about you, Heather? If you're still watching, have you got... Oh, hi, Minnie May. I didn't see you there. Hello. I didn't see you come pop up there and say hello. Mimi May. I keep saying Minnie May. You're Mimi May. Sorry. So something else really good. There was a couple of girls on the Facebook group. Again, names escape me. I'm really crap with names and I apologise. Lisa 4K, that's better than nothing at all, especially as you didn't feel well this morning. Well done. But there was a couple of girls on the Facebook group that asked if anybody had Fitbits. And so we've all joined together, but they've set each day at the moment, they're setting... a target, and they're asking, you know, what is your daily target? And mine's 10,000. I think majority of people will set 10,000, and it's really quite good because they set a challenge every day, and then you can see who's hit what. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's 5 of us in this from the Facebook group. I don't know any of them personally, but hello if any of you are on my YouTube site. I can see Jane has hit 144%, doing well. I'm 100%, Donna's 90, Nat's 90, and Kelly's 71. So yeah, it's just fun, you know, and you can send each other messages, and you know. So I'm not sure if you've got a Fitbit, Mandy, or not. And what about you, Mimi May? Mimi May. I think I'm just going to call you Minnie May. Is that all right? I think it's all right. So, I think I've come on quite early tonight. There's 3 of you watching, 3 of you in the room. I just wanted to pop on and do a live because I couldn't do it last night. I was so frustrated. But obviously with my husband here, it's all sorted out. Of course it is. And there's me talking last night, isn't it? Oh yeah, my parents are alcoholics, and tonight. Oh yeah, get on it. Well, I think one will be enough, to be honest. This evening's tea, because we came back from Birmingham, we actually popped into the Berkshire Arms, which is just opposite our house. And I've had another children. I was brave again, and I told him that I've had stomach surgery and I can't eat an awful lot. Could I have a children's meal? So I had macaroni, cheese and a salad. And, you know, it's just really bizarre how yesterday nothing went down well. And then today, hi Peach. Today, you know, I've had macaroni cheese, which isn't the best for me, but it seems to go down well. I think because the pasta's soft and you can chew it a lot, it just kind of goes down really well. And I guess when I'm not having anything else to eat, then I'm not going to worry about having a bit of a tiny child's portion of macaroni cheese, as long as I get a vegetable on the side. Then that's all fine. Excuse me. Hi, Piju. I think she wants to come and say hello. If I picked her up though, she'd go mad. She's not a very cuddly cat, to be honest. I think someone else has just joined us, but I'm not sure who. I can't. The thing is, I can see how many people, and obviously when you do the live chat here, have you done? No. Mandy's asking me if I've done my 2 litres of water. No, today's probably been the worst day. In fact, in my handbag is my first ½ litre. I'll be really honest and get it and show you. Okay, I'm coming back. So I probably had half a cup of coffee this morning. That's my first 500 mils. So that's pretty shit, isn't it? Um, and, you know, as I said yesterday, it's something that's really difficult. And I think anybody who's actually been through surgery, and is it the same for any of you that have been sleeved? Does it feel the same for you guys as it does for gastric bypass, where you literally can only take the smallest sip? And I guess I just haven't felt thirsty. I know that's a really shit excuse. And I did have my Forcival this morning, but I haven't had my calcium yet. So I really should have that before I have any more wine, really. There's a half, right, there's about a quarter of a litre fluid. Does it count? No, I know it doesn't. No, and I've had 2 coffees. I've had 2 cups of coffees today. 1/2, 1 full cup. And that's it. So no, my fluid intake today, and probably weekends are going to be a little bit worse when I'm not in my normal routine. You know, Howie's off now all weekend, so we have no plans either. We've got quite a clear weekend, which fills me with joy actually, because it means we can do what we want when we want. And it's quite nice to not have anything naughty change. I know, Mandy, I know, I'm totally give myself a slap, but I'm only going to have this one, and then I'm going to get back onto that, and I'll have my calcium as well. And I never did look in my thing to see whether the doctor had prescribed 2 of the calciums for me or 1. That was meant to happen today. But I was actually going to go and copy my friend Lisa. She went to get her hair cut. Looks lovely, by the way, Lil. And I thought, I'll go and get mine done. But until I had the... No, don't be sorry. Don't ever be sorry, you see. This is what we all need to do, is kick each other up the backside. You know, you are 100% right, Mandy. I haven't drunk my water, and I'm the only one that's moaning about it and saying that I need to do it. And if I didn't say it, then I'd just be lying. So, you know, I'm totally aware. And did I ever tell you I was a good girl? No. Naughty. I was always good at school, wasn't I, Lisa? I was a good girl. Oh, yes, I was. Yes, Lisa and I actually went to school together. Isn't she lucky? Still be my friend now. Poor thing. Poor thing. Anyway, guys, anything anybody wants to ask me? Is there anything anybody wants to know? I won't sort of waffle about nothing. I'll if there's no other questions coming in, I will go on off and see what my husband's up to. I think he started pottering already outside, which is getting a bit chilly. That means I was a good girl, Lisa. I think you forgot the halo on that little icon. You know, the one that's got this nice ring around the head? That would have been me at school, no? Oh, yeah, no. Would have been, really. Probably me with a bottle of cider down and a cigarette. No, I don't have a Fitbit. Thinking about getting one. So, Mimi May. I would get one. I can't tell you. I think all of us can be lazy in our own right, but because I've got this on my wrist, number one, makes you go out and do some. And then when you've got challenges from other people, even just my friend Lisa, and I know Lisa, another lady said exactly the same as Lisa. You know, Lisa works in a shop, and apart from walking about the shop all day, you know, she's not out and about. It's really kind of desk-based, and that's hard for anybody to try and hit your 10,000 steps, but you can set it lower. So you could give yourself a challenge, like you could get yourself a Fitbit, wear it for a day without thinking about anything, and see how many steps you covered on a normal, average day. And then set yourself maybe 1,000 steps higher than that, because then you want to challenge yourself and do it. You know, it doesn't have to be 10,000. It can be anything that you set it to be. I just find it really helpful. Like this morning, it was quite a long walk on my own, but I had my earphone in and, you know, listening to the radio on my walk, and the time just goes quite well. And I also know I'm really fortunate because I don't have to work. So I can get out there whatever time I want. I'm scared of my back. Oh, something I must tell you actually, because I moan and groan that. So thinking about Sunday where I had my mini meltdown about gaining a bit of weight, right? My back went, I think that was Monday, going for a bike ride with Howie, feeling really, really tired over last weekend. I blamed all of that on my gastric bypass. And in fact, today I have a complete other reason. I've got shingles. Now, you might not think it, but I don't know if anybody knows anything about the herpes complex, whether it be chickenpox, cold sores, or shingles, or this that I get on my back. The only way I can tell you now, today, the blisters have appeared, right? So where are we? It's Friday. So only today have I touched a part on it's just up by my hip. I scratch it and I go, oh shit. And I go, oh. And I was like, Howard, have I got shingles? He's like, yes. So now everything makes sense. For the 2 weeks leading up to anybody getting a cold sore, getting chicken, but anything, your body's completely run down. And, I can now put it all down to that my back's gone. And that's why I can't get on my bike at the moment. I'm too scared of it actually going completely. I have been very, very uncomfortable. It's not as bad because I'm not pushing it. I'm trying to rest it, hence why I'm walking, not cycling. And now the blisters have appeared. I have no other symptoms. It's really bizarre. So I didn't even know what this was years and years ago, and I probably got them every 6 months, I reckon, when I was at home with the kids on my own. And I just remember, I put it down to depression, I guess. I'd feel really, really low and I'd be crying for no reason for probably about 2 weeks. And then it took me years to associate these blisters coming up to what had happened the 2 weeks prior to that. And, it's, me and my husband were talking about it tonight. It's a really dark place. I can go in a very, very dark, deep hole. And I don't know why, because there's no other symptoms. So I thought I was really unlucky, feeling low on the Sunday, being in a bad funk, my back going. But now I've got the blisters. I can totally put it all in one clump and say, this is why. It's absolutely nothing to do with me having gastric surgery. Although that being said, it's a bit like the chicken and the egg, isn't it? Do you get shingles because you're low or the other way round? Does your shingles appear? Do you know what I'm saying? It's a really hard one to you can't really put it into a box, same as your cold sores. I know Lisa gets cold sores, and that's obviously her body letting her know you're a bit run down at the moment, and that's exactly what it is. I just don't get it on my face, I get it on my back. But yeah, and it really hurts actually. It goes deep, deep, deep into the muscle, and that can be extremely painful. So I'm quite relieved now the blisters have appeared, because I think, okay, and I say it isn't anything to do with the gastric bypass, but has my body just kind of gone, shit, what's happened? You've changed your diet, you're losing weight, you're exercising, you're not putting in enough fuel and, or fluid. So yeah, I just wanted to say that actually I have just got those out today. So, but I'm obviously okay now they're out. It's fine. And I do have the doctors, because they knew I suffer with this quite a lot. They do give me, I think they're a tablet called Acyclovir. My issue with that is, if I started to take them now, it's a bit pointless, because I feel absolutely fine. My energy level has come back up again. And what's the point in taking them? Because it's just the blisters now. Whereas had I have known it was shingles coming up, I should have started the medication 2 weeks ago, but it's pointless now. So I will just leave it and see I'll just leave it and see how I go. It's a bit frustrating, because I know you can actually go and get an injection, but you have to be, I think it's crazy. Oh, I can call you Mini-Me. Mini-May. I will call you Mini-May. Thank you. Just, I read it, and I obviously read the M instead of the, in N, so Mini-May. Mandy Gibbs is going to dig out her Fitbit. Good girl. Good girl. Mini-May, have a lovely weekend yourself. What are you doing? Anything exciting? What is everybody doing this weekend? What are you all doing? I've told you what I'm doing, but tell me what you're all up to. What are you doing? Nothing. I meant outside. Howie's just come in now. What are you pottering at?
I've seen the length of the motorhome.
Ah, he's measuring up for the motorhome.
We'll have to go to park it.
And?
Well, I think we need someone next door's garden as well.
Yeah, it is quite big, isn't it? Oh, Lisa's working. Oh, when do you go back, Lisa? Tomorrow. Lisa says hi, Howie.
Hi, Lisa.
I did drag him in the screen at the beginning when he set me up, which was good. Which is really good. I think there's quite a delay here. Oh, you go back tomorrow, Lil. Oh, you've had a nice few days off. How are you feeling, though? Because your glands and everything were up this morning, weren't they? Funny, you said that, and then I found my blisters for my shingles. See, girls that play together get ill together. Oh, you poor thing, back to work tomorrow. I go on a, it's a, probably, my job is a desk job too, Minnie May says. It will be hard. However, I have been to the gym 3 times this week doing spin class. Well done. You did 15 kilometres. Bloody hell. Well done, girl. That's brilliant. Oh, Howie, can you come and say hello? Mandy wants to see you. Please come and say hi. See, he's not shy. Here's my man. Oh, you have to go.
Hello.
Isn't it weird? You go the wrong way.
It's over here.
Don't be daft.
Hello.
There's Howie. There's Harry. They say hello to Minnie May
Oh,
and
not
Mandy
yet.
Gibbs. No, it's weird.
okay.
That's why I have this one here. It's a bit strange, isn't it? It's a bit. It goes the opposite direction. Oh, he's missed it. No, you'll see it. He'll be there. He's coming now to say hello. So you feel like you've been punched, Lisa. Isn't it typical? You've had a few days off and now you've got ill on the day before you go back to work. Sod's law. Sod's law. Mandy, did you see Howie then? He's there. And Minnie May, where are you based? Are you up in Newcastle? If I asked you that yesterday or the day before, I really apologise because I can't keep track of who's who and I'm really terrible with names. Because I've met Mandy now, I know exactly who she is and what she looks like, so I know. But then it still confuses me because over on Instagram, she's got a weight loss surgery name and it's like, oh God, how will I ever remember? I know Hannah's not on here live, but I hope you had a good birthday, Hannah. It was her 26th yesterday. She's due to have a bypass at some point soon, I think, just going through all the consultations as well. Mandy Gibbs says hi. You did see him. There you go. And the sad thing is, Minnie May, I think we all get sore like that initially. My arse was killing me after getting on the bike a couple of weeks ago, but probably only till the 3rd or 4th time. And then I was like, oh, okay. And even today, walking this morning, I was going to do a much longer walk. Oh, I'm glad you saw him, Mandy. I was going to do a much longer walk, but my hips were a little bit sore. And of course, now I know I've got shingles, totally understand it. You know, and hopefully by the end of next week, I will be more active and fitter than normal. You know, my energy levels have really, really raised. And thank God for that. Because I was starting to think it was the surgery. And, you know, even talking to my dietitian the other day, she's like, oh, it's normal. I'm like, not for me, it's not. You know, I'm so used to being active. And, well, not really active. I don't run around with a broom up my arse sweeping the floor. But I am generally doing something. Not exercise. But do you get me? Do you know what I mean? Lisa knows what I mean, don't you, Lil? Have you had your dinner yet, Lisa? And who cooked, Mark or you? Mark and Lisa I went to school with, actually. We were all at school together. We were all the quiet kids, weren't we, guys? We were the quiet kids sat in the corner. Yep. Didn't say boo to a goose. Chicken roast. Oh, you did a roast chicken? Oh, damn, I would have come. I love a roast chicken. Oh, well done. Mark's turn tomorrow then. Anyone else had anything yummy for tea? Mandy, what did you... Oh, Mandy, have you got your boys back now? Is the house back to normal chaos? And I must ask you, what was... Lisa, yeah, you were the good girl, actually. And Mandy, what's your dog's name? I wanted to know that as well. Have you got any animals, Minnie May? I know Lisa's got a pussycat called Sophie that she hates. Mark loves her, though. See, it's good. I appreciate Lisa being on here because I'll never run out of anything to say because I'll just take the mickey out of her like she would take the mickey out of me if she was here. Correct, Lisa? Correct. You were a good girl at school, actually. I can't deny that. I think I was pretty good. I actually didn't take any exams. I was one of 7 children. I've got 3 older sisters and 3 younger brothers. I don't get on with many of them. In fact, Thomas, my youngest brother as well, he's the baby. He's more like mine. And my eldest sister, I do speak to, but the rest, they're kind of, Life's too short, isn't it? Life's too short to be around negativity constantly and, you know, people that put you down or use and abuse or, you know, that's where I'm at with my life. I just think if you don't bring me, not joy or add anything to my life, and in that could mean joy or positivity, then I shut the door very quickly and move on. I don't sit and cry about it. I'm quite happy the way my life is. But yes, I've got a very estranged family setting. But anyway, because I was one of 7, my mother didn't really, dog is called Clover. That's a nice name. Oh, I want my cat to give me a cuddle. Shall I show you what my cat's like when I give her a cuddle? Shall I show you? Okay. Oh, Piju, I can see that you want Mummy to give you a hug, don't you? Don't you? Come on. Let's have a little cuddle. Oh, good girl. Don't scratch me. Don't scratch me. Now, I always wanted a lap cat, but for some reason, my cat is a no. Oh, Pete, come on. Just a little cuddle so people can say hello. No, she's gone. Look. Gone. See? That's what kind of cuddle I get. I wouldn't be without her, though, to be honest. I love her. So, yeah, back to my story. I was the middle child, I guess. I had 3 older sisters, 3 younger brothers. And I remember I didn't really like school. I didn't like the authority of school. I didn't like learning or being told what to do, maybe. I don't know. I loved the social aspect of school. I loved meeting my friends every day and seeing them and hanging out with them. But when I got to 15, actually when I was 14, I'll be really honest with you, I got my first tattoo at 14. I had my nose pierced, which I've still got in now, because if I was to take that out of my nose, I look like I've got a huge blackhead. There's no other way to put it. Mandy says, boys back, took one to be discharged from hospital after tonsillectomy, youngest to doctors today, talking about a separation. Oh, quiet weekend. May see the Thomas stream trains. Nice to see Howie. We want to meet your best friend Lisa now. Yes, I agree, Minnie May. Lisa needs to show, because I talk about her a lot, I know. So yes, she will show on here at some point. In fact, I should do, next time I'm with Lisa, I think I'll do a little questions and answer with her. She'll hate me because she's not confident like that. She'll be like, oh, Jan. She doesn't even like me taking selfies, and I just do it anyway. And look, she's going, no. And I do it anyway, and she's like, oh, for God's sake, Jan. But anyway, yeah. I'm glad you got the boys back. I'm sorry about the whole separation anxiety. That's a bit shit, isn't it, with the boys? But I'm sure you'll work it out, Mandy. I'm sure you will. Yeah, so I decided at tattoos and piercings at 14. Oh, you're quite near, Minnie May. So if we have a little meet-up, would you like to meet up with us as well, with Mandy and a couple of others? I mean, we can always do it on an evening or a weekend when everybody's not working. Yes, Lisa. Well done, Minnie May. So yeah, and at 15, I think I'd found boys and stuff then. And I literally decided one day that I didn't want to take any exams. And even though I'd chosen my options, and I remember saying to my mother, I've signed a form at school and I'm not going to do my GCSEs. I'm just not going to. And it's taken me years and years and years of self-therapy, if you like, to realise why I did that. And it was totally a fear of failing them. And my mother's answer to me at that point was, I was 15, and she said, oh, that's okay. You can go and get a job and pay rent then. Just like your brothers and sisters had done. So, you know, I have got a little bit of angst about that, I guess. As a mother, I think she should have steered me in the right direction, and she should have told me, absolutely not, you're going to go and sit these exams and do that. But basically it was that's you know, whatever. I was more worried about telling her I'd had my nose pierced, and even then she was like, get that thing off your nose. And I'm like, no, Mum. I think she tried to rub my tattoo off, and I was like, so I think for years I just tried to get her attention, maybe because I was one of 7 and it totally bang smack in the middle. I felt quite, I don't know how I felt really. I mean, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? And I tell you something though, my kids never, ever, ever felt like that, ever in a million years. And even now that I don't communicate with my mother, I wouldn't let my kids do that to me. Absolutely not. They don't get a choice. They don't get a chance. And maybe that's what I wanted my mum to do. Mandy, bye-bye. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your boys back, and I'm glad you got Clover to give you a cuddle. Not like my cat. Have a good time. I think I'm waffling anyway, guys. I think I'm waffling just about my life and stuff, and it's not really weight loss related, is it? But I'm glad you said you would meet up with us as well, Minnie May, especially as you're only Oxford. That's not too far away. And I did tell Lisa yesterday, actually, that if I have a meet up, she's coming anyway, because she's going to know all of you lot, because she's part of my journey. So, you know, biggest part of my journey, actually. In fact, I said to Howard today, you know, you've been great, Lisa. You've been a really great support to me, and I've needed that. Thank you. Oh, cheers. I bet you're having a nice cup of Coke. Because she doesn't even drink. Very different from me. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. I've done 45 minutes again of total Jan is waffling. And I think the longer I'd be on here, the worse it would get. So, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody now. I think I'm just giving it a few minutes because I think there's quite a delay on the... Lisa, you type to me goodbye and then I know how. You're welcome. Nice cup of tea, actually. Type goodbye and then I know how long it is since I said it. See, quite a while. Still haven't seen it. All that just popped up was you're welcome and nice cup of tea. Oh, of course you'd have a cup of tea, not Coke. Yeah, there's quite a delay. I don't want to cut off and I haven't said goodbye to people, so... Lisa, write goodbye. She's probably going, I have. Eyebrows look strange again tonight, don't they? Don't think I penciled them in right. Okay, guys. I am going to sign off here. I'm saying goodbye to every single one of you. Thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And if you haven't already... I know you lot have. Click like and subscribe. And follow me on Instagram. Follow my shenanigans. There will be motorhome shenanigans in a couple of weeks. Yeah, see how he's taking the piss too. Oh, I love my life. Okay, guys. Bye. Have a lovely weekend. See you.